As someone who has relatively grown long hair to mid back and also waist length hair, I would say that I just kept on wondering before I reflected on why I had not gotten to tailbone length, even though I had my hair for 8 years. And typically, some people that have tailbone length, by the 8 year mark, they should have gotten to that tailbone length. I reflected on all the mistakes that I have made that has stopped me from getting to this length. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing the hair mistakes I made. And now that I'm in a new hair journey, I'm now sharing with you guys also what I am doing differently so that this time I get to tailbone length. So if you'd like to know all these things, then please keep on watching. Hey lovelies, welcome back to my channel. This is Jennifer here from Her Crown. You are so welcome. So as I said, I'm going to be sharing with you the hair mistakes and the remedies to this mistake that I am currently applying so that I can get to tailbone length. And the very first mistake I made was not having the goal to get to tailbone length. Let's make this analogy using finance like as a parallel. If you plan to be a billionaire, there's a way you will move differently from someone that is planning to be a millionaire. And so the amount of effort, the amount of knowledge, the amount of skill, the amount of strategy that someone that their goal is to be a millionaire is on a lower level than the amount of skill, level, and strategy that someone that is planning to be a billionaire would apply. So using that and now transferring it to hair, if your goal is simply to have brass strap length or just mid back length and all that, there's a strategy. There's something that is not as intense, it's not as rigorous, right? It's laid back and you can get there. For someone that is trying to achieve tailbone length, the rigor, the effort, the intentionality is different. And so because I did not have the goal at all, it never occurred to me that, oh, I should have a goal to have tailbone length. I did not act or behave or do things like someone that was planning to get to tailbone length. So I think the very first mistake I made was to not have that goal. So number one, I this time would set a goal, and I have set the goal to have tailbone length. The second mistake that I have made in the past that caused me to not get to tailbone length is to not educate myself enough about my own hair. Things like finding out the history of black hair, or finding out what works for our hair, what does not work for our hair, what environments our hair thrives in. Just holistically studying about hair. I didn't do that. And when you do not study about it, you literally will not know what to apply, what works for you, what does not work for you, and all that. So I did not educate myself enough about hair in general, and specifically about Afro hair. And because of my lack of education, I walked in so much ignorance. So I had a lot of setbacks. I had a lot of trial and error, a lot of learning curves that would have been avoided if I just walked with knowledge. So there's a way you can just walk with serious knowledge. Like when I mean knowledge, I mean especially what to do. You know what to do to give you predictable results. If I educated myself enough, then I would have been able to get to tailbone length. So the second thing I'm doing differently in this my new hair journey is to educate myself more and more about my Afro hair so that it can predictably grow long. Now let's move on to the third mistake. This mistake is one that honestly it takes more than just deciding to not do it. Like literally, the third mistake is to continue to do harmful hairstyles that was setting my hair journey back. I'm talking, like, can I be honest? I'm talking the braids, I'm talking the twists with extension, the Ghana weaving, the micro twists with kinky hair. You know, it's just so interesting. But the truth is that if you really study those that have been able to grow thriving hair, especially if you study our brothers and our sisters, or mostly our sisters abroad, I'm talking outside of Nigeria, in the United States and in the US, you find out that most people that have really long hair hardly add extensions to their hair. And quote me anyway, you just need to do your research. Most people that, so now remember, I'm telling you that this is my goal as someone that plans for tailbone length. So the requirements are different. If you just want to have average hair, have average long hair, if you want your hair to be stuck at the same length for a long time, braids and all that, they are not bad. But I noticed that those that have tailbone length, those that have really long hair, like I would insert pictures of these women. If you do a deep dive and if you do a study about how they take care of their hair, you realize that they hardly ever add extensions to their hair. Because I realized that most of these styles that we are calling protective hairstyles are not protective in any way. They dry out your scalp. They prevent you from washing your hair and your scalp well. They cut your hair. They cut your edges, especially for people like me that have always had weaker edges. In general, everybody has weaker edges, but there are some people that have ultra thin edges. And so whenever there's a setback, the first place that takes the hit is the edges. Now, one thing that protective hairstyles with extensions do and attack the most is your edges. Every single time I braided my hair and left that hair for like 6 weeks to 2 months to 3 months, it was a hair setback, especially on my edges. In fact, sometimes literally a braid will fall off. A braid will fall off, and it's like, okay, I now have to start nurturing that patch again. I have to start growing that patch again and all that. So I think that as someone whose goal is to get a tailbone length, I had to start to do what people that grew tailbone length did, and which is to just do protective hairstyles on their actual hair, so that the heaviness even of those added extensions doesn't weigh and cut your hair and set your hair journey back by 3 months, by 5 months, and all that. Basically, it's giving too much effort and low results. So I'm not going to do that anymore. The next hair mistake that I made was not understanding my hair porosity and basically my hair texture. So just so it falls under educating yourself basically about your hair. So now with hair porosity, what that helps to do is that it helps you to know the best way to moisturize your hair. So you know that there are two major ways to moisturize your hair. There's the LCO method and there's the LOC method. So the LCO method is liquid, cream, and oil. These are for people that have low porosity hair. So people who moisture hardly enters their hair. You have to apply the liquid first, then the cream, then the oil to seal. Now, for people who have high porosity, the best way to moisturize yourself is the LOC method, which is the liquid, oil, and cream method. So how will you know if you should apply the LCO method or the LOC method if you don't even know your hair porosity, if you don't even know if you fall within the low porosity gang or the high porosity gang? By the way, if you want me to do a deeper dive into porosity and moisture, leave it down in the comment section below because I will definitely do that video. So just educating myself about my hair porosity would have saved me a lot, because it would have given me the enablement to deeply moisturize my hair so that my hair can remain flexible enough and not break easily. Also, conversely, talking about my hair texture. So I have a thin hair texture, for example. And so the way somebody that has a thick strand would treat their hair is different from someone that has a thin strand. Even the amount of products added is different, right? Depending on your hair. So just educating myself in depthly about my own hair would even have helped me to know what advices to take, what advices to not take, and how to tailor even the advices I was getting about hair to my own specific hair. You would see that in this video, the underlying theme is to get to know the hair that actually grows from your strand, because that will help you to know how best to take care of that hair. The fifth mistake that I made, guys, was not washing my scalp often. Like, that was just like one of the biggest things. I would go a month, sometimes 2 months, not washing my hair at all, forgetting that my hair grows from my scalp. And if my scalp is not healthy, it's going to affect the growth of my hair. But I used to go weeks and weeks and weeks without creating that enabling environment for my hair to grow out and thrive. So now that I am in a new hair journey, one thing that I am definitely doing differently is washing my scalp often. I'm talking washing it every week or highest every 2 weeks, because I want to create the best environment for my hair to grow out, so that I don't have things like scalp infection, fungal infection, just itchiness, brittleness. And imagine like itching your scalp and then you're causing breakage, you're causing inflammation and all that. So this time, I'm definitely not making the dirty scalp mistake. I am washing my hair as often as my hair needs to be washed. This sixth mistake I'm about to make is something that a lot of us make. And that mistake is not focusing on our internals to grow out our hair. You know the way they say you are what you eat? Your hair is literally what you eat. So you need to focus on all the things that would help your hair to thrive. I'm talking your diet, your minerals, your proteins, your vitamins. Every single vitamins that you need for your hair to thrive should be ingested internally. We live in a day and age where people are more focused on products and just the externals, right? When the externals is just a representation of what the internals is. So I dare say that even the internals outweigh the external. Yes, there's so much to be done when your hair grows out of your scalp. There's so many products that can help your hair thrive. But genuinely, the hair that actually grows out is a function of the internals. So if you want to have tailbone length, the first order of practice is to focus on your internals. So I would focus on taking my proteins. I'll focus on taking my vitamin D, my vitamin K, my vitamin B, my vitamin C, all the vitamins that I need. I would eat well. I will sleep well. I will reduce stress. I would exercise. Those things that you can do internally that will just help you grow. And have you noticed that even some people that do not do so much to their hair, because they're focusing on their internals, just naturally their hair just grows and their hair just dries. So I'm not going to be someone who has a very poor sleeping habit or a very poor diet and expect my hair to grow to a certain level. No, I'm going to focus on my diet so that my hair can thrive externally. The seventh mistake that I see a lot of people make and that I made that prevented me from reaching tailbone length is not focusing on length retention. A lot of us are actually very good at focusing on new growth, but a lot of us are not very focused on old growth. So length retention is caring for your old growth, caring for the hair that has already grown out. So most of us, we may even focus on our diet, we may focus on our scalp health and all that, but our ends are breaking rapidly and we do not care. And that is why our hair is not growing or we're not seeing the growth we want, because our hair is breaking at the exact same ratio as it is growing. So how would you see the growth? So in this new hair journey, I'm focusing on length retention. I'm focusing on giving moisture to my hair so that my hair is not brittle and breaking. I'm focusing on moisture. I'm focusing on caring for my ends. That way, the ends stay long and it stays long enough for my hair to reach that tailbone length. So this time, I am focusing intentionally on length retention. So the eighth thing that I've done that has prevented my hair from growing to tailbone length is not dealing with my hair with patience. So this time around, what I'm going to do is that if I am not in the mood, if I do not feel like it, I am going to leave my hair alone and do my hair the very next day. So natural hair is a hair that is the definition of labor of love that produces result, right? There's a lot of love you have to pour into your hair to see the result. So as someone that is trying to grow tailbone length this time, I'm going to deal with my hair with a lot of patience. I'm talking trying to be in a good mood when I'm making my hair, having the right positive mindset, not being frustrated, choosing the right time, and even turning on a nice movie, a nice video to watch, a nice podcast, so that I'm not thinking of how long it's taking me to do my hair, but I'm able to be relaxed and do my hair with ease and with love. Because the moment you get impatient with your hair, you start snagging at your hair, you start breaking the hair, and all those breakage will add up, and that tailbone length that you're trying to get, you will probably never get there. So one thing I'm doing this time around is to deal with my hair with so much patience and so much love so that we get to tailbone length. The ninth reason why I did not get to tailbone length, and the thing I'm changing now so that I will actually get to this tailbone length, is to stop allowing people that do not share my hair goal to do my hair. So I have given my hair to different hairstylists to do my hair in the past, to comb my hair, to braid my hair, to cornrow my hair, to do twists on my hair, different styles of my hair. And I realized that because these people do not share my goal, which is hair growth, which is length retention, they treat my hair as if it does not matter, especially here in Nigeria. I don't know if it happens in other countries, but literally, you have people braiding the hair, right? They braid your hair and then they use scissors to trim your actual hair because they do not care about your actual hair. What they care about is that the braids that you just pay them for looks nice. So they don't care about the hair on your scalp. You have people braiding your hair too tightly, like literally, you can see your scalp pulsing. You can see your like you can see your head pulsing because it's so tight. They've literally bound your head so tight. You see people like ripping at your hair as they're combing it and all that. And all this is because they do not share your goal. They do not realize that it's not about the style you're trying to achieve in the moment. It's about the long-term goal of protecting your hair and retaining length. So in the past, a lot of hairstylists has led to the decline of my hair, has led to the setbacks. So this time, what I'm doing differently is to, first of all, try my best to do my hair by myself most of the time. So I've gotten the tools, 360 mirror and all that to ensure that I do my hair myself, to learn how to do my hair myself, to do low manipulative protective hairstyles, like twists, like braids, just simple styles that you can easily do. I think the greatest reason why a lot of people use hairstylists is, first of all, the arm strength, because nobody wants to be raising up their hand. It's a lot of work, and also the parting. So I think if you can eliminate one of the hardship, which is the parting of the hair, then you can easily do your hair by yourself. So I've really cut down on giving people my hair to do. But the second major thing I'm now doing is to be very vocal. So literally, I have to tell the hairstylist that this is my goal for my hair. I care more about my hair than this extension or whatever you're trying to put in my hair now. I care more about it than this style you're trying to recreate on my hair. So please, I'd rather the hairstyle not turn out so great than for you to contort my hair and cut my hair and do all that so that the hairstyle turns out nice. So I communicate my goals to the stylist. I use a mirror. Yes, I'm that person that when I want them to do my hair, I'm looking, I'm videoing, I'm checking. I'm not on my phone, being lax about it, and then the person is just doing all sorts and basically breaking my hair. So I make sure that I am very, very, very alert. I communicate my goals to that hairstylist, because it's not all of us that can do our hair ourselves, right? Let's just call it spade a spade. It's not all of us that has the patience. So it's better to give a hairstylist that will do it well, but you have to communicate. So that person is now doing that hair with the understanding that you care about your hair, not about the style alone. So that person treads with caution. So that is what I'll do differently this time. I'll communicate my needs and my wants, and I'll be very vocal. I'll be confrontational. No, don't do it like that. So please do it. Yes, obviously you have to be cordial, but you have to be able to communicate your needs to this person. The final thing that I'll be doing differently in this my new hair journey to get to tailbone length is to be very intentional about the products that I am putting on my hair and on my scalp. Now, this is something that I did totally differently before. Before, any product I see that writes shampoo, I don't even care about what is the ingredients inside. I don't care if they're using silicones, if they're using parabens, if they're using harmful substances inside. I just carry anything. I just start using it on my hair. I don't care if it's making my hair dry. Like literally, guys, there's one time I bought a shampoo called egg yolk shampoo, and this shampoo was making my hair so hard, so brittle. It made my hair break. But because I did not care, I was just like, shampoo now, all shampoo now, shampoo. I carried it, I was using it to wash my hair, and it was giving me a lot of setback in my hair journey. So this time around, I am so intentional about the products I'm using that I am now creating the products for my hair and for my scalp. So this is why I educated myself by taking formulation classes and becoming a certified hair care formulator. This is why I registered Her Crown as a business. And this is why I am now producing products that work on the hair. Products that use very natural ingredients that will grow your hair, that will cleanse your hair, and that will support your hair growth. So more on that later. I produced Her Crown products to just a range of products that are safe for your hair and for your scalp, and that is not using any harmful substance. A product that is backed by science, backed by education. So more on that later, because at this point we are still at a phase that I can't talk so much about it, but more on that later, like literally more on that later. I'm going to be informing you of all the products, be informing you of the ingredients, and even showing you all the ingredients that are in this product that would definitely help you to grow your hair and to grow your scalp. And you will see in real time how it's growing my hair, because this time around you guys are seeing the length of my hair, and you will literally see the progress month 1, month 2, into year 3, year 4, year 5, and you see how this product has supported my hair growth through the journey. Yeah, guys, these are the mistakes that I've made. What other videos would you like to see? Also, I would like you guys to follow me on my Instagram page. It's called Her Beautiful Crown, and the reason why you should follow this page is because this is where I'll be giving you so much more information about these very effective hair products. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on your bell notification so that every single time I post a new video, you would be the first to know. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.